So you might be wondering what I'm doing right now. After my shopping trip yesterday, and buying the tent, the sleeping pad, and the sleeping bag, now I'm carrying around 2 sleeping systems. And this right here, I'm kind of financially invested, which is the big mistake. That was the whole purpose of actually buying the cheap bicycle, is not to be financially attached to anything in life, you know, because everything just passes through your life. You never own anything. It just kind of, material possessions just kind of pass through, and then they leave your life, and then you don't have them anymore. But I've had this one since Japan, and this is about a $250 hammock. It's Hennessy hammock for the ones that don't know. But then I also have the larger pocket, because that larger pocket right there doesn't come with it. It comes with a small pocket. That's also extra money. I have extra, what's called the snake skin. When you want to put it away, you just kind of pull it like this, and it goes into a nice, beautiful, looks like a giant anaconda. And when you want to tie your hammock up, you just slide this out. But on top of that, I also have the Hennessy hammock hex fly, which is the larger fly. It comes with a very small rain fly, which is more or less good for downward rain, but in a storm when the wind's blowing up real hard, it does get up underneath that very small rain fly. The rain fly is just enough material to cover you, barely. So your under part gets wet in a more rough storm, you know. So that was $100. So now we're looking at like $250. And I'm a little emotionally attached to it, because the whole time in Japan, to save money and not have to pre-plan places to stay on the Kumano Kodo Trail, I just bought that. I bought the Hennessy hammock, and I would just climb up the mountain, set up the tent somewhere close to the top of the mountain, but not at the peak, because that's the wind can whip up pretty heavy up there. So a little down from the peak, in a good wind resistant area. And so yeah, it is pointless to carry around 2 sleeping systems, especially when I try and pack ultralight. That was the point of having the hammock. And so now I'm to the point where I'm doing a change up in my sleeping system from what I bought yesterday. So that's got to go. So 2 rain flies, my hammock, and everything comes out to almost like $400 worth of material, which to a lot of people isn't a lot of money. To me, $400 can last a while. Well, not recently the way I've been spending, but normally. So I'm just airing this out. I want to make sure there's not going to be a mildew problem. It was a little damp from the last rains that hit me really hard. And then I'm packing it up, and I'm sending it to my good friend Arish over in Malaysia. He's been very kind to offer me a spot to send it. And if I feel like never coming back for it, then at least I know it's going to get good use with him and his family. And yeah, he can go out camping with the boys. And I hope he does use it, because the more he uses it, the less chance there's going to be like mildew buildup or anything like that. If it's constantly being in use, it'll probably last longer than actually just being tucked away somewhere. So, not to blab on too long, that's it. Changing system, sleeping system. I'm going to be packaging this all up and mailing it out to Arish. And from here on out, it's just going to be a tent, a sleeping pad, and a sleeping bag. And that's what I'm going to be carrying. All right. So this is the whole package that I'll be mailing off to my friend Arish in Malaysia. And this is why I need to actually, that's how much room I'm actually going to be opening up in my in my backpack. This is what I won't be carrying with me anymore. Just kind of show you what it is. This is both tarps together. The standard one that the Hennessy hammock comes with, plus the additional hex slide that I paid $100 for, has the two traps, tree straps in it, tree huggers is what we call them. It's just so basically the rope doesn't slip down the tree and damage the tree while you're hanging from your hammock. It's more like a seat belt in a car. It's actually identical to a seat belt in a car. And then the actual Hennessy hammock itself. So you can see why I need to actually take this out and mail it to my good friend Erish for holding on to me. Sorry, the table's not real stable. So that's why I'm only carrying one sleeping system. It's redundant. It's kind of ridiculous to carry more than one. Yeah, I know a lot of people are probably going to give me hate because there's a lot of people that like the hammock system as a sleeping system. I prefer the flexibility and the versatility of the tent. The tent is easier. I've slept in this for over a year now, about a year and a half, and almost exclusively in the hammock. And I can tell you that a tent is better when it comes to, you don't need, like I said, you don't need the trees, you don't need all these things. So this is going out, the tent's coming in, the ground mat, and the sleeping bag. And this alone will free up the space for maybe not the tent, because the tent's kind of big, but the room for the sleeping bag and the ground mat. So you got a package coming, Erish. Good morning, everyone. This is the day I mail out my package to Malaysia. I don't know everything that's involved. I know I have to fill out a form, I think, put the value, where it's going, all this. I brought my passport just in case, although I don't think I need it. Luckily, the post office is just down the block. Me being just, my hostel is only like maybe 2 blocks that way. So here I am. Post office. Got a nice little food court here, and to the right of the food court, I was there yesterday, but they were closed because of New Year's. So this is the post office. I'm pretty sure they don't want. So if you're looking for the post office, hello. All right. I'll go get it mailed. So now I'm just putting in all my information. Very helpful here, very friendly people here at the post office. Very simple, actually. I'm just giving her the address of Irish and the address. I brought my passport though, so they did ask for it. So make sure you bring your passport if you're gonna mail something. And yeah, it's a lot easier than I thought. Okay, that's all done now. Hello. That's all done now. It was a little expensive. I know that they actually tax the amount. So whatever the amount is that you're claiming, I think it's a 10% tax or something. So I just told them $300,000, around $20. I didn't want to lowball it too much, but I didn't want to be taxed a very heavy amount. But regardless, it seemed a little expensive anyway. 3 to 5 days to get just to the airport in Malaysia. Then it has to go through customs and stuff, and it was a 500,000 10. So let's just say 500,000 is $15. I mean, excuse me, $30. So yeah, that seems a little expensive, but yeah. You know, what's my alternative? This is right down the street, plus I don't want to go window shopping, and that could be just a common price. That could actually be low compared to other places. And it was initially just the weight of it. So anyway, it's sprinkling here a little in Jakarta, but that's just how it is. We're still in the monsoon season. All right, guys, that was the main thing. The rest of today is going to be really setting up the tent to see what the initial setup process is, see how good of condition it is, no major tears or anything from the factory, and packing up my stuff and getting ready for tomorrow morning, because tomorrow we're hitting the road again. Well, the day's over for me. Well, this goes up fairly easy. And there you go. Okay, before we throw the rain fly on, yeah, it went up way easier than my cheap tent, just because everything connects on the outside. It's a lot less struggle. Got a little vent in the back. Cool. I thought this was, I didn't know this was all fabric. I thought this was actually vented. So I guess the vents are up top. And the sleeping bag and my ground mat. That's my new sleeping quarters. So I'm going to throw the rain fly on and see how everything, you know, just a trial run, dry run. Make sure there's I know how to get it up, so when the rain does hit, I'm not struggling on the first time. So. That's nice. Ah, yeah, even the rain flies super easy. It just clips right into place. And then I would pin these out on the ground. And that would give me the extra airspace that I need to keep the fabrics from rubbing up against each other. Yeah, nice. Yeah, looks good here. All right, everything is set up, and yeah, that's what I was saying. Nice. It's got a little air vent right here to get rid of the moisture buildup. There's little spots right here to tie off to keep the fabric away from the inside fabric, to keep the air circulating. And same way with right in front here. You can pin this out a little bit, and it's got bungee too, which is nice. Yeah, and then tie off points for, well, for high wind and stuff like that, which I've had to do before. In Kingman, Arizona, we had to climb up underneath a train bridge and tie off to the metal surroundings of the bridge because they were predicting 75-mile-per-hour like wind gusts and stuff. And it was me and one person I was traveling with, and his dog, small little dog. But yeah, we got up underneath the metal train bridge and just tied off to everything we could find. And luckily the gusts didn't get, at least not as high as they said it would. So we lucked out that night. But yeah, okay guys, this is it. Let's see. Do it a little quick. Yeah, new living quarters. So it looks like most everything is going to be vented out right here. I don't like that there's no real vents right here. The display model that they had on the floor, this was vented. 2 pockets, good to have. Spot to hang a light at night, which is good. And yeah, another ventilation vent up front. That's it, guys. It's a good tent, and I'm going to enjoy using this. That's for it for now. Hasta la night. And tomorrow we start the road trip. All right.